Welcome to LKN Connect, People in the Know. I'm Margi Kyle, and this session is sponsored by Coco Couture, your premier destination for upscale women fashion, located right here in the Lake Norman area. Today, I'm proud to introduce our person in the know, a friend and a healer to me, Adrienne Craighead. How are you?
Hi, Margie. It's so good to see you. Thanks for inviting me today.
How how did you know this is what you wanted to do? What led you to TorchBearer Tachyon?
Margie, I can recall the very first few months that the pandemic was rolling forward on our planet, feeling so much fear come and settle in my bones. And it was that anxiety that started my journey to finding this tool called tachyon. And if I had to say in a sentence, what is tachyon? It is a subatomic particle that travels faster than the speed of light. And when we spend time with this particle in the tachyon field, we experience beautiful alignment on four levels: the physical level, the mental level, the emotional level, and the energetic level. So I found it through my own journey, through anxiety, and just searching for an antidote that would
Yeah.
bring me some peace and confidence again.
And I think that's when we met. We met before.
We did meet before, but one of
Yeah.
my very first memories of you coming to the tachyon chamber is just how much energy you brought into the space when you came for your for your session. And I just remember thinking, wow, this is like a stone soup where everybody brings a little ingredient and all of our consciousnesses are mixed up into this big cauldron of consciousness. And the tachyon chamber is forever flavored by each of our visits.
And it took me a while to realize I could just sit there, lie there, and just let everything go and just drift.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you do have a hard time relaxing because you're on the go. My friend Margie is on it, on it, on it. And so the fact that me too, I had a hard time meditating and being still. I could do a walking
Yes.
meditation, but
Yeah.
laying still was not for me until I visited a tachyon chamber and I thought, wow, we have got to have one of these in Charlotte. So it opened about 3.5 years ago in 2022.
Okay. Well, if you haven't been, this is a place you need to go to. So, how can we access Torchbearer Tachyon? Where are you located? And
Sure. Uh,
yeah,
so the tachyon chamber that I first opened up in Charlotte is in Cornelius, and the exact address is 19900 South Main Street. It's in this long yellow building that's right on the train tracks that used to be the old train station for Cornelius. And
okay.
inside of this building is lots of different doors and centers, but I'm located inside the Cornelius Center for Healing, where there's beautiful things like acupuncture and Reiki and massage therapy. And then there is a tachyon chamber, which is simply put a 12-foot by 12-foot room that has beautiful crystals. It has sacred geometry and a pyramid overhead, and then this really relaxing chair that you just rest in while you're receiving this tachyon treatment. It's not any kind of transfusion. There's no IV needles or anything like that. It's 100% you're just in the field of tachyon.
Yeah,
But boy, when you leave, don't you just like levitate out of there, Margie?
I felt like I was walking on air.
Mm.
Yeah.
So my very favorite way to have folks experience tachyon for the first time is as a solo journey. They come to the tachyon chamber and they spend an hour with me, and they're very clear about their intention. And when they get settled into the chair, I've got all these extras that help make it comfortable, like a blanket, like an eye mask, headphones to play music, some essential oils sprayed into the air, that the chair is vibrating, the colors are swirling. Everything is perfectly tuned for you to really enjoy and relax and let go. But it's the tachyon that is the real star of the show. And so when it interfaces with our body, it's the kind of thing that I feel like it thins the veil between this world and other worlds and other dimensions,
They're
and
happiness
allows your mind
particles.
to travel, right?
Yeah. You,
Astral
you
travel.
called them happiness particles once.
Yes, I've heard them called the God particle, the happiness particle, the joy machine, but it's just very relaxing. And I know there's a lot of things that are good for us that don't feel so good, like cold plunge and, sometimes infrared sauna can be just so much, so sweaty, but this feels good. And so I
It
can't
does
believe
feel
that it's
good.
so
Yeah.
good for us. So there's
So
other ways to access Tachyon too, and I'll share that here. Margie, did you realize we have a second Tachyon chamber that's been installed and activated at Bright Haven Farm in Huntersville, and it's for group experiences.
okay.
And so the small groups are like 6, 8 people. The larger groups are like 12, 14 people. And we gather under this tachyon double stack generator. It's kind of like a pyramid hanging from the rafters of the barn. And we gather under that to be in the field together. And when our consciousnesses are connected in that way, it's powerful, heart opening meditations or sound baths. A lot of times we do manifesting circles. We've even done a primal scream, trauma release ceremony. There's been all kinds of uses for a group experience with tachyon. So
Now
that's
it
number two.
okay. And how do people find out about this? Is it on your website?
There's always these group events listed on the website for me, which is torchbearertachyon.com.
Okay.
And I'll spell that just for the record. TorchBearer, like carry the torch, light the path. And then tachyon is just simply a word that's Latin for speed. It's spelled Tachyon. So it's torchbearertachyon.com. And yep, the group events are listed there as well as the solo experience to book your own session
Okay.
inside the chamber for your 1 hour.
And I would think if you've never been, maybe go to Cornelius first and experience it alone.
I think so. And
Yeah,
get the full exposure and the
that's
full
right.
dose. And then you can go to some of the group experiences and meet your people, meet your community. But people can also, the third way to access Tachyon is to take it home with you. And so I have some tools. They look like two magic wands.
I
They're
bought
called,
those the first day.
you did. These are mega power rods, and they're simply shungite, which is a stone, a mineral from the earth. And they've been imbued with the tachyon field. And they're covered with purple velvet, which I know you and I love. And so people can take home tachyon necklaces. This, for example, is one of the pendants I sell that's $15.
Oh my
They can
gosh.
have the field of tachyon. My favorite is those EMF phone harmonizers that you've used as stocking stuffers.
Yes,
Those
I sure did.
put the field of tachyon all around the user's phone, and that way it's harmonic when it reaches your body. We don't want to block EMFs or our phones wouldn't work. We truly want to harmonize and make it more our bodies are more receptive to it and they don't get so confused and rattled and brain fog from it. So EMF harmonizers for $25 a pop are a beautiful tool to take home from Torchbearer Tachyon.
And I use this all the time.
I love it, Margie. That's so beautiful. I think mine is downstairs, but it is a coaster made of slate. It has sacred geometry on it, and it has been tachyonized. So when you put your coffee, your
Yep,
water, anything on it,
yep.
it actually infuses that beverage, that food with the tachyon field as well. So fun.
It is fun. So is that the best way through the website to find you?
I absolutely think so. If people just couldn't remember anything about the name of my business and they simply went to Google and typed in, tachyon chamber near me, then I would pop up because there's not another one for miles. I mean,
No.
it would be
Yeah.
hours and hours and hours away. There's only 19 of these in America at this time that are for public use. There's a lot of doctors and scientists who have these for private use in their home. In fact, my doctor, Dr. Cami Benton, Holistic Integrative Health here in Charlotte, she bought one for her home and said, I want my children to grow up with this. It's an anti-aging device, it's a alignment device, and it really lengthens telomeres in our cells. So that's one of the ways we know it's helping slow down the process of aging.
Well, when you walk in there, you don't know what to expect, but you're greeted by you, which is always pleasure. And then you walk into this room with beautiful lighting. Your lighting is incredible.
Thank
And the
you.
music is soft and relaxing. and you sit in that chair and then you cover it with that heated blanket, and you have to relax and let go.
Yes,
As
I
I
like to
always say,
say
let go and
that exactly. And I
yeah,
tell people maybe whisper in their ear right before I leave them in their own meditation in the room, you cannot get this wrong.
yeah,
You really can't mess this up. And the best you could even do is to fall asleep, because when you are sleeping, you've removed all resistance to receiving.
yeah.
And it's a beautiful way to soak up just a lot of that tachyon field, that particle, into your body in a subatomic way. So it follows you out of the room and around the world for the next couple of days and weeks. The more sessions you have, the more of a coating you've built up in your system.
And I'm just going to add one more thing to this. I added reflexology to my visit to you.
Yes.
And that took, I mean, I've had reflexology for years, but Javier has the most relaxing voice and
Mm.
spirit about himself. And at the end, when he's done, he leaves you in the room so that you can just totally let go. And he calls you and he leaves you a voice message that is just incredible. You come home and you listen to that and you think, wow, he really knows what he's doing.
He truly does. He's the most gifted reflexologist I've ever encountered.
Me too. Yeah.
And so what we put together is called Soul Expansion Sessions. And people come sometimes once a month to have 20, 30 minutes of reflexology, and then 20, 30 minutes of just soaking into,
Yeah.
integrating all those changes in the
Yeah.
tachyon chamber. So it's a 1 hour experience, and it is a beautiful gift to the world. I love working with Javier, but I'll also mention I work with hypnotists, I work with acupuncture therapists, with
Okay.
Reiki masters, with
Yeah.
sound healers. There's a lot of light workers who I welcome to connect with me and contact me, and let's collaborate to bring more healing to the community.
And you're doing it so well. I commend you for what you're doing.
Thank you
You're a
so much.
gift. You're a gift. And again, a special thank you to our sponsor, Coco Couture, uh, owner of Coco Couture and Carolina Classic Cars. If you are a person we need to know, I would love to hear from you. designingdr@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Adrienne.
It's been
You're
a
a gift.
pleasure. Thank you,
You're a
Margie.
gift.
Mwah.